Hey y'all, welcome to Constance Cooks. This is our Wednesday Fare series. We're posting every Wednesday, and part 2 of our pantry edition. We're calling this Quarantini Time.
It's Quarantini Time.
So around the country, people are doing online happy hours, and we're gonna do one here at 5 o'clock. We're assembling a group of great friends as well as a special guest. Eliane Amherd is gonna be joining us and performing a new song for us. So I imagine that most of you in your pantry have a bottle of vodka or a bottle of gin. And when I think of gin or vodka, I think martini. So I'd like to present the martini to you all. And to make this a more classic happy hour, you have to have a few snacks. So we're gonna do some spiced pecans, and we're gonna do some radishes and butter, and some potato chips. I know for some of you, it's a scary drink. I would like to remove the fear. So I think there might be 2 reasons why you are scared of the martini. So one is, you may look at it as a very boozy drink. And honestly, if you've seen people order straight vodka and straight gin, and they put it in a large cocktail glass, that is a little scary. But that's not really a martini. A martini involves vermouth, which brings me to the second reason why you might be afraid. Most people have had a really bad experience with vermouth.
Ooh.
And I think, personally, it's because you haven't had very good vermouths. Vermouths. How do you say that? Anyway, I think vermouth has gotten a really bad rap. Vermouths out there are phenomenal. There are lots of varieties, and I'd like to introduce you to some of those. So before we get into martini land, let's prepare our pecans. Or pecans. I love me some pecan pie, but I eat pecans. Toasting nuts brings out the flavor, and you just want to make sure you don't burn them. Haha! We're ready to prepare our spice mixture for our pecans, and my favorite herb to use is herb de Provence. It's got everything in it. It's got rosemary, thyme, sage, and my favorite feature is it has lavender in it. We're gonna toast this up first in your preheated little pan. Ooh, I can smell that. Can you smell that? Okay, so next up we're gonna put in about a tablespoon of butter. Add a little bit of sea salt. Next, I'm gonna add just a little bit of honey. You don't need to add any if you don't want to, or you could even use some brown sugar if you have that. Just a touch brings out all the flavors, so your butter is browning a little bit, and that's a good thing. You want to have a little bit of color, and you want to get a little bit of the nuttiness of brown butter to add to your nuts. Okay, so our nuts are nice and dry roasted here, and we're just gonna add this lovely butter, sea salt, honey, herb de Provence mixture. You just want them to coat and just cook for maybe a minute more. All right, I'm not a very good flipper, so I'm not gonna do that because pecans will probably end up on me. So you're just gonna turn off the heat and let them hang out until you're ready to plate them up for your cocktail party. Now we're gonna get to the really exciting part, Quarantini time.
It's Quarantini Time.
So as you can see, there are myriad vermouth out there, and this is not even a fraction of what there can be. There are 2 main vermouths that you can use in a martini, either a dry or a white. And they're both generally made in France in the Chambéry region. We have 2 to demonstrate. One is Dolin and one is Comaz. Dolin is your classic dry vermouth from the Chambéry region. It is typically used in what people would call a dry martini. So what is vermouth? It's an aperitif, and its defining feature is that it was made with some form of wormwood, not the scary absinthe, green fairy, Toulouse-Lautrec wormwood. Don't worry, you're not gonna go crazy. Well, I mean, you might, but we are in quarantine. Anyway, but not from this. On the other hand, a white vermouth has a lot more notes of like orange, perhaps some lemon peel. It's even, I would say, even heavier on the herbaceousness. And what I really love about this is that it completely smooths out your drink. And often when you make it with this guy, you actually do closer to equal parts, or 2 to 1. So it's not a really crazy cocktail. It's not like this super boozy drink. It's actually really kind of light and refreshing. You can drink this one at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, no big deal. And then, you save this one for after work. Speaking of after work, it's time to put out our snacks. Dip this fabulous little radish into some butter, a little salt. And then, what is happy hour without an impossibly small bowl of potato chips? And all of this is from my pantry. Y'all, I'm so excited for our online happy hour. Eliane is gonna play a new song she wrote for us called Quarantini Time. And I hear she wants us to bust out some moves too. I have some pickled ramps for this lovely little dry cocktail number. And then this guy, we're gonna give it a little citrus twist. Martini.
Yes. I need a chip to go with my martini.
Cheers. Smell it. Delightful. Oh, that's really good. That might help us get through this quarantine. Just saying.
It's Quarantini Time.
Hey, Eliane! So everybody's drinking martinis, which is fabulous. Gideon, tell us which kind of martini you're drinking.
I didn't have any olives or
Yep.
olive juice, so I'm drinking a dirty banana pepper martini.
Y'all, that was so much fun. I've showed you how to make 2 different martinis. It's kind of a cross between an onion and a garlic.
And you pickled that yourself?
You buy ramps and you pickle them. I hope you try this. I hope you do not fear the vermouth. The vermouth is your friend.
Okay, where'd they go? Okay, allow.
Cheers, y'all.
We're just outside. Everything is gone down the
Hot dog.
drain.
Just enjoy. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. Until next time, smooches, y'all.
Soothe your troubles with vermouth. Use vodka or some gin will do just fine. Then hook up with your friends online. It's Quarantini Time.
Just figured out the problem with using a metal bowl. Sticks. It's not good. Okay, no bartender does this normally like this.
We'll use this for the bloopers.
Seriously? Wait a minute. All right, let me get more ice.